Well, I have just made the biggest mistake of my professional career. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the airport has been undergoing renovations for probably a couple of years now. In the midst of that process, they've been looking for artwork to fill new spaces. They're redoing the TSA area, they're redoing the food court, and in both of those spaces, they were looking for murals. In the process of them looking, they put out an RFP, which is a request for proposals. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a number of those processes and a couple at the airport itself. The first one was last year, and I was a finalist for the job at the TSA area. There were 700 applicants, and they narrowed that down to 5, and those 5 finalists went and did in-person proposals, sharing thoughts about designs and all of that stuff, and I did not get that job. A few months passed by, this other job opens up, which is a bigger opportunity, more square footage, a bigger budget. I believe that one started with 300 initial applicants, and they narrowed that down to 7. And again, I was one of those finalists, scheduled to present and scheduled to give my design. Again, same process, to go in person to the airport, share with the panel what I was thinking, what my design initially was, and I wasn't able to do that. That's where the mistake comes in. There was a 6-week period from when we were chosen as finalists until our final proposals were due. They were due on a Sunday. We were supposed to present that following Wednesday. Sometime in November is when they informed us, and then we were supposed to present first week in January. I submitted a proposal by the time that it was due, but it was incomplete, and as a result, they did not let me present to the panel on that following Wednesday. At the time of recording this, it's only been a few days since I was given the news. It's obviously still very fresh, but I think I've had enough time to realize that the world is not going to end, because for a stretch there, things were bleak, and I was just so defeated and disappointed in myself and just all the emotions. I've had some time to, I guess, get a little distance and understand, although it is unfortunate and it was a massive opportunity, it won't be the last one, and just learn from it, because that's really all I can do at this point. There's a number of reasons why I think it affected me so much. One being the fact that this place is my home. Albuquerque obviously is special to me, and being able to make some work in the airport in a place that is going to be seen by millions of people, have the ability to impact that space was a huge opportunity. Also, the fact that the budget for this project was $400,000. That's life-changing money. I wouldn't receive all of that money. Obviously, you're paying taxes on that. Some of that budget was going into the actual production of the mural. This project was unique in the fact that whoever was chosen, they didn't want them to actually paint the work. They wanted them to do it digitally, and then that digital file was going to get printed out and then installed by another company. So you'd have to pay for that as well. All in all, I could have walked away with anywhere from $250 to $270, I think was the estimate. Obviously, that's a crazy amount of money for one job, and that hurts, man. That's life-changing. The ability to be an artist and create for a living is such a blessing, and you obviously need money to be able to continue to do that. And that amount of money just gives you the ability to create for the foreseeable future, and that's what I pretty much squandered. I did devote a lot of time into my design. I was proud of my design, and I think that I had a good chance of winning again, which adds to the pain, because I was happy and proud of what I had created. There was a moment on Sunday when I was a little skeptical if I would finish the painting process on time, because I was doing everything on my iPad, and I reached out to the lady who was in charge of the city arts board, because the city is kind of facilitating this whole process. They reach out to the artists and they reach out to the airport kind of as a middleman. I reached out to the lady at the city, and I told her I didn't think I would finish in time, and she told me to just send what I have. And here's where I guess the mistake and the misunderstanding took place, because what I sent in that night on Sunday night was an 8-page document that really detailed all my design using just words, which is normal. You need to write a lot. You need to be able to articulate yourself through writing. And so my PDF did not include any imagery at that point, and that's what disqualified me from moving forward. I had a good amount of my actual design done and painted at that point, but I didn't want to send it incomplete And that's what ultimately came back to bite me, because she said if I would have sent in what I had, incomplete or not, if there was any sort of visual in the entry that I sent that night, then I would have been okay. That's the worst part, is I had what I needed to, but because I didn't include it in this PDF, in this email, I'm no longer eligible. So yeah, just unfortunate on so many levels. I was thinking about the time, all the 6 weeks leading up to when the proposal was due, just extremely busy working on numerous different projects. Christmas and New Year's were in there, and there was stretches of days in that time frame when I wasn't working, just kind of hanging out for the holidays. And then when the year started back up again, working again, going out of town, and just wanting time back, wishing I could just go back in time and reallocate some of the time that I feel like I wasted. But that obviously is not possible. So the best thing I can do at this point, again, is just to try and learn from it. And to add insult to injury, there was a $2,500 payment that they were going to give all of the finalists to pay them for the work that they did to develop the proposal and to present. And because I wasn't able to present, and technically my proposal didn't meet the requirements, I didn't even get that money. So all the time that I did invest into this was essentially wasted. That's just like adding insult to injury. Definitely not the way that I wanted to start this year, but I'm again trying to just move forward and not dwell on the missed opportunity, because Lord willing, there will be more in the future. I will show you guys my design, what I ultimately came up with, so at least somebody sees it, because I sent it to the city as well, and they wouldn't even give me any feedback on it. So this is my application. Here's what I sent in. That's just what I titled it, Circle of 4. I have this preset that I use for all my submissions with the rainbow. I'll attach this down below too if anybody wants to actually read it. But whole design was based upon the Zia symbol and the statue, the sculpture that sits in the middle of the new food court. I won't go into actually talking about it in depth, but essentially the sculpture sits in the middle of the food court, and the food court is a box. It faces north like most maps, and also the state of New Mexico is box shaped. So I correlated this design with the actual state and used the walls to put landmarks and things of the state on each wall in correlation with the direction of the wall. And I thought it was a good idea. I thought it made a lot of sense. The sculpture is called Dream of Flight, so I also made my design in the clouds, because it's an airport and dreams often are associated with clouds. And so the Zia symbol is on our state flag, and there's 4 rays in 4 directions, and each 4 of the rays in 4 directions represent these 4 things: spring, summer, fall, winter, north, east, south, west, the 4 stages of life from childhood to youth to middle age to elderhood, and then the 4 parts of the day: sunrise, noon, evening, and night. And so I associated 4 of these with each 4 walls, and this top one was winter, it was north, nighttime, and it was old age. This next wall, east, spring, sunrise, and infanthood. This next wall, same thing, south, summer, adolescence, and afternoon, hottest part of the day. This next one was west, it was autumn, it was evening, and it was adulthood, and then it would go back into the circle. So it was this fully circular design that associated different parts of the state with where they were located in relation to the sculpture. And also the city of Albuquerque, where the airport is located in central New Mexico, just like the sculpture. And so it just made sense on a lot of different ways. And this is just more of a zoomed out, showing a couple of the walls, and that's what the space looks like at the moment. But I didn't get to share this at all, and essentially wasted my time working on it. So it's tragic in a number of ways, but I just wanted to share this. I think so often we just share the wins, and I felt like it was worth it to share this massive L. Maybe in 5 to 10 years I can look back and maybe see a purpose or see some light that came from this situation, because right now it doesn't feel like that's going to happen at all. It just feels a huge wasted opportunity. If you want to send me some Cash App, some Venmo to make up for lost time in working on this design, it would be greatly appreciated, and maybe would help me out to just feel like I just didn't waste so many hours. But it's no one's fault but mine, and that's what's the worst part. I'm okay if I would have presented and not gotten chosen. No mistake, no harm, no foul. I would have given it my all. I still feel like I did. Just too late, but this is no one's fault but mine, and that's what makes this thing the most. When you just given opportunities, you gotta attack them with everything that you have, and I fully believe that. And that's, I think, why this hurt so much, because I wasn't a representation of myself in this process. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Different vibe, but it's real. And yeah, until next time, grace and peace. Later.
The fall before the climb. Oh no.